This is Share Your World, the show where we share stories and reflect on our own cultural backgrounds so that we can learn about each other's worlds from home. In this episode, we're talking about all things music, theater, and dance, from traditional performances to iconic instruments and more. I've always been interested in music, theater, and dance, even as a child.
Last year was my first trip to Armenia in Yerevan, and it was so close to a place that we visited called the Nigerian Carpet Factory, where they weave carpets, but they also integrate everything from the Armenian culture for visitors to see. So they have traditional garb and music and dance and food. When I went, they put on like a little performance for us with traditional music, and we have an instrument called duduk, and it's made out of the apricot wood. It's such a beautiful sound, and I think it was just an overwhelming experience being in Armenia and hearing that sound that I grew up listening to and that music I grew up dancing to. You guys, I am a ball of emotions today, really.
So one of my favorite instruments in Yoruba culture is the talking drum. And the really cool part about the talking drum is that it mimics human speech. It literally sounds like someone singing or someone talking. I believe it's one of the only instruments that has not been able to be translated to like MIDI sounds or to be synthesized. When I went home for the first time when I was 17, I got to see the talking drum used, and it was just very powerful to like experience it in real life on the continent in Nigeria. I just love it.
So last summer I was able to go visit my parents in Korea. They've always wanted me to go to the Gyeongbokgung Palace. It's majestic, it's architecturally really strong and sturdy, and there's a changing of the guard ceremony every morning. And what you can do is on the outskirts of the palace, you can go rent a hanbok, which is a traditional Korean outfit, for 3 hours, and then you get to walk the palace and kind of, you know, feel like what it must have been like back then. So it's kind of like an immersive theater experience, and it's wonderful to see everybody dressed in costume.
Yeah, I think I was there at that palace. I'm pretty sure it's the same palace I went to.
Yeah, it's a pretty famous palace. It's kind of like where everyone goes when you visit Korea. So when I was visiting Korea, I stayed at the Westin Chosun, which is really close and easy to get to Gyeongbokgung Palace. And I mean, the rooms are spacious, the amenities, the lobby's gorgeous, and it's just so nice to just be a tourist all day and then come back to kind of luxurious hotel settings and just like rest, relax, rejuvenate, and then go back out and just, you know, see the rest of Seoul.
So for Khmer dance, for Cambodian dance, it used to be performed in front of like kings and queens and royalty, where people would be dressed in similar outfits to like the Cambodian wedding outfits, but they would be like in golds with like brackets and with crowns, but they would do special hand movements.
So there's hand movements that correlate with the dance, and the hand movements like mean something.
So there's definitely a lot of movement and storytelling, and it's slow. Like watching it like a ballet where you can actually see the story, which is a lot about like life and balance. And I was never able to like get it like perfectly because there's like, it's really technical and you have to bend your fingers, and like they practice bending their fingers as a kid. So they can like bend it all the way back. Like, I don't know if you can try it, but it's really intense. Yeah, like it then tells a story.
So Switzerland is very much known for the Alphorn, or in Swiss it's called Alphorn, which is basically the same. And it's used, or used to be used, back in the day in the Alps, in the Swiss Alps, where, you know, they have cows and sheep. And they used a horn to call them so that they would come all back together and go back to the stables at night. And it doesn't have any buttons or any strings or any openings. It's just a solid wooden horn. And I've never played it myself, but I know you, Caroline, have. But I know it's very difficult to play it.
That was difficult, but after like practicing, it's like once you get it, you just don't want to stop. Debbie, you have to do it. You have to do it the next time you go.
Yes, I want to. Next time, whenever I can go back home, it's gonna be on my list for sure.
I actually want to go to Switzerland. I want to go to all of your countries, but Switzerland I have ties to somewhat because my mom is half Swiss. My mom is half Nigerian, half Swiss.
How
Yeah.
fun.
So
Wow.
she tells me stories all the time of like how she would go there for holiday when she was young, but I've never been able to go. So
Yeah.
hearing all of your stories, I'm like, yes, have to get there.
And if you're like us, I know you can't wait until we can travel again to experience these and other music, theater, and dance performances in person.